All right. Good morning, everybody. Just a quick morning stretch session that I'm going to do. I'm a little bit sweaty and my hair looks like Jimmy Neutron meets Sweeney Todd, but that is because I have been doing some cardio and some calisthenics here in my hotel room. Just a reminder, guys, I have not been in the gym now for almost 4 months, it seems like. Is that accurate? Yeah, almost 4 months that I haven't been in the gym. Still making gains, still getting strong. And that's because we really don't need any equipment. And so just a reminder that, you can get strong, you can reach whatever your goals are without any equipment at all, with literally just a floor. I did a back and chest workout with literally just the floor. And so you can do this stuff. And so if you guys want some help with that, let me know. Be happy to help you out. So yeah, what we're gonna do this morning is just a quick morning stretch, just to have some stretch content on my various channels, just for you guys to kind of access later on. Yeah, wow, my hair really does look kind of crazy. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is start with some standing up stuff, and then move to the floor. I didn't map this out at all. Really, just this is kind of what I do on the regular when I want to get a good stretch in. And so if you want to join me, go ahead. It's gonna be really straightforward. You can do pretty much all this stuff. I'll try to walk you through it. But yeah, really straightforward. So what's up, guys? Now how's it going? So here we go. Let's see if you guys can see me. So laptop's gonna angle a little bit more down, just so we can get that floor in there. But yeah, so starting out, just to have the legs kind of a little bit more than shoulder width apart, standing up. For me, this is even this is a light stretch, just because my tendons up towards my hips, the top of my hips are really tight. So just standing here, kind of just moving around, loosening them up a little bit is really helpful for me. Like I said, I was doing a full body workout before this, so my whole body is pretty much nice and warmed up already. So I'm not too tight, but just to kind of like you know, get myself a little bit more limbered up. So yeah, now what we're gonna do is just move off to the side. You want to keep your body facing forward. You don't want to turn like this and move down. You want to keep your body facing forward and just off to one side. If you're really feeling stretchy, you can reach an arm up and try to reach over. That gets a good stretch in here in your lower body, or excuse me, your kind of your lower midsection of your abs. But as you can see, I'm still pretty tight, so again, what you don't want to do is move like that. That's good for your hamstrings and your leg, but I'm trying to get the full body in here, really get that stretch in. Ooh, it's challenging. This is a stretch I need to do a lot more often. So I'm gonna try to hold this for about 10 more seconds. Keep easing into it. When you're tense, really feel into that tension and see if you can kind of let that tension go very specifically where it is. That's something I feel like a lot of people they kind of force stretches. And what you really want to do is feel into that tension and let that tension go. And it makes it a whole lot easier to actually get a good stretch in, rather than just trying to like push through this tension. Like actually pushing through tension is what you're supposed to be doing. It's not. You're wanting to let go of that tension. You want to feel into that tension and let it go. That was a game changer for me. So now we're doing the other side. Again, really try to keep your body boxed, facing forward, not turning. We'll turn in a second, but for now we're kind of stretching out our obliques, stretching out our core, stretching out our hips. Ooh, and this is challenging because I just did legs, so I'm like trying to keep myself from falling over. You also should feel that a little bit in your lower back, especially for those of you that are doing big weights, squats and stuff. I'm gonna check these comments. What's up, Connor? What's up, B? What's up, Jason? What's up, you guys? Just doing some random stretches here. James says I can't hear you. Yeah, James, my laptop's not that great, man. So you don't have to hear me. Just follow along. Nothing. I've got nothing important to say. Slightly important to say, but so now what we're gonna do is just straight down, feel into those hamstrings, feel into those quads. For a lot of these straight down hamstring stretches, you're going to feel tension in your spine. And so that's why I say you really want to make sure that you are feeling into that tension and letting it go rather than just pushing through it. Especially with these hamstring stretches, you can really damage your back. Um, it's not common knowledge that like a straight down, legs together stretch will actually put significant pressure on your spine and can actually really cause a lot of damage to your lower back. And so you want to make sure that you're going really slow. And again, feeling into the tension. I cannot stress that enough. Rather than just like pushing through, like just shoving your foot through the door is what's actually going to make progress. It's not. Stretching is about letting go of tension. It's not about pushing through tension. So just hold it for 10 seconds, 15 seconds. It doesn't have to be super long. I'm not trying to become Bruce Lee over here. But you'll find that a lot of stretching is, again, like letting go of this muscle tension. You're going to find that your muscles are like tightening up, trying to resist you from going in different directions. And so a lot of people think it's like, oh, I got to loosen my tendons, which is true to some degree. You're loosening up your body a lot, but what you're also doing is letting go, like letting these muscle tensions go, and like this muscle tightness. The more you do the stretch, the more you'll feel into these different muscles that are tight, and you'll be letting that tightness go. And that's why like sitting down and stretching for a good period of time is very, very helpful. Facebook people, can you still hear me? Can you still not hear me? Yeah, you need to do more hamstring stretches, man. Me too. I feel you on that one. So now I'm going to do what I was telling you guys, frankly, not to do, which is, legs together, straight down. And again, for those of you that do a lot of squats, a lot of big weights, you're going to have a lot of tension in your lower back, regardless of if you have like a herniated disc or something. So how long do you spend on your stretches? Not long enough. I need to spend a lot more time stretching, but I would say each session, if you can make it at least like 10, 15 minutes, that's the way to go. There are like professional athlete trainers that say you need to be stretching for like 2 hours every day, which that's a lot of time, and I would aspire to get to that point, but most of us just have so much going on in life that, you know, an hour, two times a day is just excessive, and you're not going to be able to make that happen. So here's what I'm doing. I'm kind of reaching for my toes, but I'm really feeling more into my back and making sure that I'm not like putting my spine all out of whack. I just want to like I want to go down. I want to feel into that tension, and I want to try to let that tension go, rather than just pushing through and trying to feel it in my hamstrings. And you'll see that even just doing this, keeping my back straight, I am feeling into my hamstrings, but I'm also still controlling that. I'm still controlling that rigid back and making sure my back is still rigid. It's pretty good. So another thing that you guys can do, which I think is a really good way to do things. In yoga, there's warrior 1 through 3 poses, and I think just warrior 1 and 2 are the ways to go. I don't know the difference off the top of my head what warrior 1 and 2 are, but it's pretty much just this stance where your legs are kind of like this. Those of you who are watching me on Instagram, you can see exactly what I'm doing. On Facebook, you can't really tell as much, but yeah, my legs are just kind of split like this. My body is facing one way. I'm not like I'm not off kilter, right? My chest is facing the direction of my front leg. Both feet are pointed in the same direction as much as possible, right? The back foot might be a little bit off angle, but that's just stability. That's fine. But this is a good way to just maintain some stability. You can do some kind of morning sun salutations, bring your arms up, breathing into it, breathe in, put your hands together, and then breathe out. Bring it to your chest. And you can feel that energy, right, coming through your body. You can bring that energy up and then bring that energy down. Bring your hands together and exhale. Right? That feels so good, man. That's a great thing to do in the morning, just to really feel that energy like passing through your body, right? Qigong, right? And then like Tai Chi, energy movement. That stuff is really powerful, you guys. Really powerful moving meditation. And so this is just another thing to do, just to kind of like cultivate some strength in your legs, some strength in your core. And then, just like light movements like this, really powerful for shoulders. Crap, my friend's calling me. We're gonna have to decline the call. So I'm gonna do that on the other side. Just stretching, hands together, breathe out. Just to relax myself, right? Relax and really feel into that movement. And this is not so much a stretch again, right? This is more of just a balance exercise, but it's a good thing to work into your stretch routine. Okay, it's pretty good for standing. Now I'm just going to do some neck stretches. Very simple. Put my hand on the top of my head, bring it to the side. What a lot of people will do is like this neck roll thing, and that's actually pretty dangerous. You can really mess your neck up doing that too much. People think it's a good stretch, but you're putting your neck into positions that you're not really supposed to put it into, and you can really stretch. Excuse me. You can really stress your spine out by doing like a neck roll. I would not recommend it. Just putting your hand on top of your head and pulling it lightly to the side. It's enough. That's all you got to do. Just hold this for about 5 more seconds, and go to the other side. And when you do these stretches again, you guys, you can feel these tensions in various parts that you wouldn't necessarily associate with a regular stretch. And when you feel these tensions, you don't have to do much. You can just feel into that tension. You can really put your conscious awareness on that tension and seek what can I let go of? What kind of muscular tensions can I let go of in that space? And so when I'm pulling my neck this way and I'm feeling the stretch over here, I'm also feeling various tension in the other parts of where my neck kind of connects to my shoulders, and so I can let go of that tension very deliberately. And if you can breathe into it, that's where those yoga practices come in. Just breathing through those tensions. Breathe in and then breathe out that tension. Cool. There we go. That feels really good. Oof. Okay, that's enough for the standing stuff. I'm gonna bring you guys to the floor now. Um, and we'll see. This might make it even harder for you to see, but whatever, you know? So I'm going to start just here, just like this in my kneeling position. Feel that the tightness in my body up here, right? Just kind of letting it go. Top of my legs, I feel a lot of tension. I used to not be able to do this at all, but then I started kind of practicing this position every single day, right? There are people that like literally just sit like this, comfortably sit like this, right? And so, just practice sitting like this, and like you'll feel it in the entire front of your leg, all the way from the tops of your feet, all the way up, into here, into the tops of your legs, to the top front. Pretty straightforward stuff. Next thing's next. I'm gonna do some butterfly. Everybody knows butterfly. Put your feet together, try to keep your back straight, lean forward. And what I do is put my elbows on my legs and try to push down and get a little bit more of a stretch out of my legs like this. The inner part of my leg, right? And you can make stretching more dynamic. You can make stretching more interesting for you to do when you know more stretches, and you don't have to focus on holding one stretch for a ridiculous period of time. Again, like I said, that there are athletic trainers who recommend, stretching for 2 hours a day. And if any of you have read David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, he talks about in Can't Hurt Me that he stretches about that much, about 2 hours every single day, maybe more, which is awesome. I think that's great, but not all of us have the time or, frankly, the commitment to make that happen. And so, just having a 10 to 20-minute stretch session, maybe twice a day if you can, is a great way to do things. And you can cycle through a bunch of different stretches and really just kind of work that tension out of your body and not have to, um, sit in one position for a really, really long time. Again, if you can do that, if you can start to sit in these positions for really long periods of time, you'll start to feel these massive changes in your body, just these this massive relaxation that you've never felt, that you could only get from taking muscle relaxants or something. But if you have the commitment to sit there and really work that tension out, you can get the same kind of results. And so that's something that I often find that I'm achieving through things like meditation, through things like deep stretch sessions. And so if you guys want some more help with that, send me a DM. I'd be happy to talk you through it and see if we can figure out a strategy that works for you. But again, a lot of this stuff is really just experimentation. I'm lucky to have had um, experience through martial arts, through gymnastics, through various high school and collegiate athletic trainers to learn this stuff from. And so having a coach, having somebody that has been there that knows what they're talking about to kind of walk you through and say, hey, here's what you need to be doing is invaluable, frankly. Preventative measures, right? Rather than having to show up at a doctor's office and work something out once it's already become a problem. It's a big factor, right? So now what we're gonna do is this kind of weird running man stretch, right? Have one knee forward, one knee back. Just kind of lean into it. What's up, Carlisle? How's it going? And so just leaning forward into this. Again, the more you can like keep your body straight, right? Your chest box straight in the direction of your foremost leg. So in this case, it's my knee. The better the stretch is going to be. And you'll find that, oh man, maybe when I do this, I can't go straight down. Well, that's your body telling you that you're tense and you need to be doing this stuff more and you need to be doing it correctly, right? I'm gonna wear a hat next time. Oh my gosh, my hair looks absolutely ridiculous. What's up, Jasmine? Just doing some stretching. So now it's gonna be the other side again. Try to keep your body box straight in the direction of your foremost leg, so that you're not kind of over here like this doing something weird. You really want to get the most you can out of the stretch. So again, I'm leaning into it. I'm trying to push my back leg a little bit further back just to get that good stretch up in here. Um, inner hips. So it's pretty good. Feels pretty good. I'm not going to attempt a split in this video because my splits are atrocious and I don't want to embarrass myself. But I often practice splits just because I want to be able to do a split eventually. And so it's very challenging. It really shows you just exactly how tense you are. And so with all these stretches, I know I'm kind of holding them for like various time periods. If you can aim between, 10, 15, 20 seconds, that's a good spot to go. I kind of just feel into it and stretch it for as long as I feel like I kind of want to, as long as I, feel that tension and get it to that place where it's just a little bit more relaxed. Um, that's kind of what I aim for. And so again, the more that you practice this stuff, the more that you just stretch, like any skill, the more that you do it, the more you're going to feel what works for you, right? Feeling into your own success is really the goal. So that's pretty much enough for that one. So finally, I'm just going to do some upper arm stretch and some lower back stretch. So what I do is I just do this cobra thing, right? Oh, ooh, that feels awesome. And so try to keep your hips pushed into the ground. A lot of people are like back here, their hips are off the ground. You're putting a lot of pressure on your spine when you do that. Keep your hips against the ground, against the floor. Just feel it into your spine. You can tilt your head back too, just to get a little bit more. But I'm pretty limber with this stretch. I used to do this stretch a lot. You can also pull your shoulders back. All of these little movements are helping you to really focus the stretch on your spine. And this, when you pull your shoulders back, it's also a good practice to generally keep your shoulders back, which you should do for good posture, and help keep your chest up. Shoulders back, chest up, butt out. That's good posture right there, baby. All right, and then finally, I'm gonna come up into this little cat position, you know, and just pull my shoulders back, kind of having my shoulders resist my hands, just pulling against it. Lean into it, kind of arch my back a little bit if I can. Keep my shoulders back. But this is great for your rear shoulder blades, excuse me. Cool. So there we go. If you can, I would finish it off with some arm circles, maybe some jumping around, act a little bit silly. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I got to be an animal as much as possible. And so I just, shake it out. There we go. So there you have it, a little morning stretch session from Jimmy Neutron meets Sweeney Todd. Yeah. And so hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know. But I appreciate you joining me. Have a great day.